What if robbers ransacked the most expensive house in the neighborhood, but could not open the safe? They waited for the homeowners to force them to open it, but little did they know that was the biggest mistake of their lives.
Who's off at the door? Bravo, darling.
Welcome to What a Story. Nathan, Gaz, and Terry, three buddies, keep an eye on Dr. Huggins and Ellen's home from their car. The boys consult one another to confirm that the couple won't be at home that night, as Dr. Huggins waves his patients off. Mary, Nathan's girlfriend, shows in as they are still discussing their strategy, and demands the return of her car. When Mary asks Nathan what they are doing outside, he responds that they are just hanging out. Nathan enthusiastically drives the car toward the house as they observe the elderly couple leaves. When Mary follows them outside the Huggins home, Nathan gives her the go-ahead to keep an eye out for them. Gaz then breaks a tiny section of the glass door. They let themselves in by opening the door. Nathan and Gaz question Terry regarding the location of the safe, containing the money he mentioned. Terry claims he doesn't know. Gaz becomes enraged by this and breaks the couple's possessions while he carelessly runs through the house. Nathan discovers the basement stairs while they look for the safe, and asks Terry to investigate. In the meantime, Gaz removes all of Ellen's jewelry after discovering it in the master bedroom. While waiting for the boys outside, Mary cleans her car. Terry looks in the basement, Nathan grabs something from the kitchen, and Gaz walks inside Kate's room, the owner's daughter. Terry locates the safe in the basement and quickly contacts the two. Gaz becomes enraged when they discover that they cannot access it using an electronic code because it's a dial lock. Nathan attempts to open the safe with a drill and a sledgehammer but is unsuccessful, so he blames Terry. Then Mary calls Nathan to let him know that she wants to go, but he tells her to wait. Gaz proposes they wait for the old couple in order to frighten them into telling them the code. While waiting for the couple, the three watch television. Outside, Mary gets agitated and begins yelling Nathan's name. When Terry begins to feel apprehensive, he offers to drive Mary to her job because that is what she is most worried about. Nathan disagrees. Mary accepts Nathan's invitation to enter the house. Once inside, Nathan reaches out to touch Mary and kisses her while Terry is looking. Gaz discovers a picture of Kate when Terry and Gaz try to clean the house. He reveals that she was the long-deceased daughter of the elderly couple. Mary informs Nathan that she is expecting a child. Nathan assures her that they will be fine despite his surprise. The owner of the house arrives. The three boys coerce Mary into pulling her stockings over her head. Once the owners are inside, the boys attempt to hold them back but hurts Ellen. Dr. Huggins begs them to help Ellen as they carry the couple to the living area. He tells Mary to hunt for bandages and disinfectants for his wife. Mary agrees. She returns carrying the first aid kit. Mary treats her injury. Gaz instructs Mary to tie Ellen up after she is finished. When Nathan asks Dr. Huggins what they can take, the physician replies that he can take his credit card and money. After being unsatisfied with the money, Nathan inquires about the safe, but Dr. Huggins replies that he does not own one. The guys take the couple to the basement despite the doctor's denial. Mary then expresses her desire to depart to Nathan, who justifies his course of action by saying that he is acting in the best interests of both Mary and the infant. Dr. Huggins is refused by Nathan when he requests for the combination to the safe, which causes Nathan to become enraged.
Tempted to agree, darling.
Gaz picks up a blade and gives it to Nathan, urging him to use it on the doctor. Mary decides that she's had enough and heads back upstairs. Mary hides from Gaz in a bathroom and tries calling 911. Gaz finds Mary and grabs the phone before dragging her out of the bathroom. Terry and Nathan are taken aback when Dr. Huggins recognizes them. Mary is still being attacked by Gaz, who claims that Nathan will finally leave her once they have the safe opened. Nathan's mind is uncertain when Dr. Huggins talks to him, causing him to reconsider their course of action. Even Terry agrees that they should quit because it doesn't feel right. Gaz returns Mary to the basement and informs Nathan about what happened. Mary begs her boyfriend Nathan to halt the robbery, but he ignores her and puts a blade on Ellen's throat. Nathan inquires about the code once more with the doctor. Gaz threatens Dr. Huggins with a gun. Nathan gives Dr. Huggins one final opportunity to provide the code, but he refuses. Nathan tells Gaz to remove Ellen's finger because he cannot do so himself. Gaz commands Nathan to chop Ellen's finger off, but when the latter refuses, he points a revolver at him. Nathan is forced to cut Ellen's finger with the blade. Dr. Huggins remains silent, which gives Nathan a chance to swing at Gaz with his knife and graze his arm. Gaz, who is furious, approaches Nathan and attempts to stab him. As the two stumble, they struggle until Gaz stabs Nathan. Mary is horrified. Gaz tries to strike a bargain with the pair by requesting the safe's code in exchange for releasing Dr. Huggins. Finally, the doctor grants Gaz's request and provides the code. Dr. Huggins instructs Terry to untie him. Terry begins to cry. Even after realizing Dr. Huggins gave him the incorrect combination, Gaz keeps trying to access the safe. Gaz walks over to Ellen after becoming enraged, and uses packaging tape to bind Ellen's body to a post. Then Gaz takes a saw and starts it up, but the short cord prevents him from hurting her. Mary has already been able to free her legs. Gaz repositions the saw. Mary smashes Gaz in the head with a sledgehammer. After untying Dr. Huggins, she asks Terry for assistance getting Nathan to the hospital. Dr. Huggins pulls out his revolver and declares that nobody will go. He releases Mary's chains and assures her that he will take care of Nathan. The doctor then requests that Terry assist Mary in carrying Nathan upstairs. Huggins takes his time and tends to his wife first, despite Terry and Mary's efforts to get Nathan onto the surgeon's operating table. When Mary attracts the doctor's attention, Ellen replies that they received what they deserved. Dr. Huggins performs carelessly on Nathan, almost as though he intends to harm him. He is able to remove the blade from him. In order for the doctor to perform his duties effectively, he asks Mary, Terry, and Ellen to leave the room. While Terry helps Ellen to the living room, Mary sits on the steps. The two then discuss how Dr. Huggins jeopardized Ellen's life in exchange for a security code as Terry sits next to Mary. Terry tries to kiss Mary while comforting her as she sobs. Mary becomes irate that they are all in that situation, saying it's probably Terry's idea to rob them since his mom works there. Mary notices the tiny box Dr. Huggins gave his wife in the living room. Ellen grabs it from her. She offers to take care of Terry's sprain as she leads him to the couch. When Mary departs from them and returns to the operating room, she discovers Nathan, who appears to have passed away. Mary has her suspicions, but Dr. Huggins tells her he is sleeping. When Mary inquires about the location of the ambulance, Dr. Huggins responds that it is en route, but pledges to call them once more to soothe her concerns. The doctor offers Mary medication since she appears pale and on the verge of passing out. She then witnesses Ellen injecting Terry with something. Mary tries to leave, but the door is locked. Ellen watches Mary turn around and orders the girl to take off her shoes when she spots her.
Off at the door!
She calls her Kate. Dr. Huggins reminds Ellen that Mary isn't Kate. Terry is consuming food and watching television when Mary enters the room. She asks for his phone, but Terry said she gave it to Ellen. The couple offers them tea as they all head to the dining room. Mary tries to exit through a different door after Ellen stops her from smoking, but it's also locked. While he waits for the ambulance, Dr. Huggins says he can't let them go. He also expresses gratitude to Mary for killing Gaz. Once again, he asks Mary to sit down. Even though their daughter occasionally made it difficult for them, Dr. Huggins tells Mary and Terry how much they adored her. Dr. Huggins interrupts Ellen as she is ready to sip her tea, and remembers that it's for Mary. Dr. Huggins then takes the scrapbook that contains details about the missing girls from a cupboard. The book includes images of the missing girls, including Jane, Mary's identical twin. Mary stopped Terry from drinking the tea. To reach Nathan's mother, she requests her phone be returned. Mary breaks everything on the table out of frustration, takes a knife, and yells at the couple to open the door. Mary's knife is successfully removed from her hand by Dr. Huggins. Mary begs Terry for assistance, but he refuses. In the room, Ellen says to her husband that she wants to punish Mary for being bad. Terry still doesn't trust Mary when she attempts to persuade him that Dr. Huggins killed Nathan. Terry notices that the injection Ellen gave him has made his legs numb. Terry opens the cupboard and lets Mary out. Terry peeks inside the operation room as Mary searches for the keys, and there, he discovers Nathan's lifeless body. Terry searches for Mary in Kate's room, and learns she is about to leave through a window. He becomes furious that she will leave without him, but she swears she was just about to contact him. Then Terry makes another attempt to kiss her. A fumigation canister is suddenly tossed into Kate's room. They immediately depart the room in search of an exit. The steps cause Terry to fall. Mary sees a person passing by as she reaches for a knife by the stairs. Mary is repeatedly whipped by Ellen, who is wearing a protective suit. Mary successfully strikes the woman with a vase. Mary removed Ellen's masks, but she was able to inject her with medication. She then demands to know what she injected Ellen with, and hits her. Dr. Huggins comes out and removed her mask. He then strangles her, but she manages to break free. Mary eventually locks him out of the room. If the doctor doesn't hand up the keys, Mary threatens to slit Ellen's throat. He agrees to Mary's instruction to leave the keys and Terry outside the door. Terry is found on the floor with the keys in his pocket. Mary drags Terry by the feet and down the garage. As Mary prepares to drive, she sees the elderly couple blocking the way. Then suddenly, Terry shoots her. Dr. Huggins sits in the van, and thanks Terry for being a good boy. As Terry is wheeled into the wheelchair, Mary is left to die in the van. Dr. Huggins begins to open the safe. Through the rearview mirror, Mary observes as the pair leads Terry into the room, and onto the bed with the girl. It turns out that the girl is Jane, Mary's long-lost twin. In an effort to replace their deceased daughter, the couple admits to having kidnapped numerous children over the years. The couple locks Terry and Jane inside. The next day, Terry's mother is cleaning the house. When she comes into Dr. Huggins and Ellen in the garden, she believes that they are just doing some gardening when, in fact, they are burying the dead bodies. Ellen asks why she looks so troubled. She claims that she hasn't heard from Terry in a week, but the couple assures her everything is all right. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.